What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, fantastic afternoon, fantastic pre-noon, no matter where we are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is also our broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles. Folks, we're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Wednesday, April 9th, 2025, and today's a very special day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is a beautiful, spectacular day because it's a day of liberation. Trump has liberated us from the panicans by becoming a panican himself. That's right. It's hump day, baby. And we are humping the global economy still, but humping it a little bit less. This is part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news about what's going on in the world of Hassan Piker. In between the time period where I pressed the start streaming button and pressed the stop streaming button, so help me God, I will explain it away. Ladies and gentlemen, last night I ended the broadcast after what, like 7 hours, 8 hours? I don't know, some light, some light. I was tired. Ended the broadcast. What did I do? I immediately started reading. I did not actually stop working. I just stopped streaming. What was I reading? Of course, I was trying to make sense of what was going on with these treasury yields, these bonds, all of these complicated financial machinery that was taking place, considering that the foreign markets were dumping some of the American dollars that they had actually purchased in the past. And what does that mean? What is going on? Why are they doing this? Is Donald Trump correct? Talking to some people who are knowledgeable, but maybe not on the same wavelength as myself, you know, some economists who I have healthy disagreements with. How come you read and study after stream unlike your haters? Yeah, I just read and study so I can be a better hater. All right, so all of that obviously is still in a tumultuous, all of that was put for a spin because I had an attitude about what was going on. Some of my stances changed a little bit. We'll talk about that, obviously. Interesting things are happening in the world. Interesting things are happening in the world as global trade is put on a tailspin once again. EU escalates retaliatory counter tariffs alongside China. Donald Trump packs on to the Chinese tariffs. We're going to get to all of that and more, okay? But that's basically what I did. And I realized that maybe YANIS Varoufakis is right. I mean, he's right. We still think it's a stupid concept. He believes it's a stupid thing that Donald Trump is doing. I believe it's a stupid thing that Donald Trump is doing. Can you give my little sister her t-shirt back? Oh, you don't like this sexy ass shirt that I got in Mexico? Yeah, I'm going to try to see if I can get YANIS on the broadcast, but I will have someone else on the broadcast today. His name is Nathan Tankis. You guys might know him. He is Paul Krugman's favorite analyst. Nathan Tankis famously once posted a tweet that I have used in perpetuity. The essence of being a leftist is being dismissed as unserious for being correct too quickly. I'm going to have him come and explain some of these concepts. He is brilliant. He is a very smart guy. When are we getting gaming on the stream again? Schedule 1 looks awesome. I don't know. Bro's politics locked 7 days a week again. Shaking my head. Okay, listen to me. All right, there's a lot going on in the world, and if I don't talk about this shit, then the market is going to be flooded by doo-doo head motherfuckers who don't know what the hell they're talking about. Is that what you want? You want people who are oblivious to reality? You want people who are just not knowledgeable to be talking about this shit because they're talking about it? You need someone to make sense of the senseless. I'm out here for you. I don't want to talk about politics all day, every day. I don't. I mean, I love politics, but like I get politicked out all the goddamn time. Okay. You need to understand something. I want to go back to a more balanced schedule. I want to go and do fun stuff. I want to go and play video games with friends. You know what I mean? I want to do all that, but there's just like too much happening. Anyway, breaking news. Donald Trump has announced a 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs, increasing the tariffs on China to 125% in the escalating trade war. We're going to get right into it. Paula ticked off. Yeah, I am. You call it politics. I call it politricks. Dale. Paula dick down. Yeah, that's right. I want/need to hear it, but yelling gives me a headache. YouTube recommended me Kai Puppy videos, and it was a great way to start the day. Yeah, I mean, it's a great way for me to start the day as well by hanging out with my lovely little lady and playing with her. And that's the reason why I can stay a little bit more sane. Oh, okay. Lower the volume. Yeah, exactly. Chatter. Lower your goddamn volume. Okay. Lower the goddamn volume. All right. Last night I changed some of my attitude, and Donald Trump backing away from the tariff strategy that he posted also only reconfirmed the suspicion that I had. There is a method to this madness. A couple days ago, I showed you Trump's chief advisor, one of the most consequential, one of the most influential people in the administration, and his 5-point bullet plan that he had posted. Okay, if you recall. And I said to you back then, this is the real thing. This is what they're trying to do. Don't listen to any of the other noise. Stephen Moran, that is who we are talking about. Stephen Moran came out with a 5-point plan. I told you this, the CEA chairman, Stephen Moran, had a 5-point plan, and he gave his remarks at the Hudson Institute. I think he wrote a paper a couple years prior to this. So you've come around to the Yanis view. Yes, to a certain degree, YANIS Varoufakis, out of all of the analysts out there, of all of the economists out there, was probably one of the only ones that identified that there was a secondary purpose for the deficit war that Donald Trump wanted to engage in. And he was right. What he was right about was obviously devaluing U.S. currency. A lot of people did not recognize that that was what Donald Trump wanted to do. He was one of the only people out there that said Donald Trump wants to devalue U.S. currency. The reason why Donald Trump wants to devalue U.S. currency is because when U.S. currency is too high as in comparison to other currencies, then you are going to have an import economy. You're not going to have an export economy. You're going to have a fat trade deficit, and slowly but surely over year, you're just not going to manufacture stuff here anymore, because even if you were manufacturing goods that other countries would want, it's far too costly for them to purchase those goods, because the reality of the matter is the dollar is way more powerful. The dollar is way more powerful than any other currency. Part of the way that countries do this is by, purchasing dollars. That is one of the ways that they engage in, I guess some might call it currency manipulation, but I don't think it is. But some of the other ways in which you do this is also by making your manufacturing, specifically your labor, as devalued as possible, as cheap as possible, so you become an exporter or you maintain your manufacturing capabilities. Germany has done this through the euro, and that's what Donald Trump claims is cheating. Now, a lot of these concepts, I'm going to be switching and using some terminology fast and loose. A lot of these concepts that Donald Trump is claiming is happening, where he says is cheating, is not cheating. It's a system that we designed. We're the United States of America. This is literally what we designed. We wanted these other countries to actually serve us, and in many circumstances, basically rely on slave labor to be able to get cheap, accessible commodities, okay? Cheap, affordable commodities. We designed it this way. We built the entire global financial system this way. This is our thing. This is our thing. This is our grand design. And now Donald Trump is saying, I don't like this grand design. It's been cooking America's manufacturing capabilities. Now, of course, he doesn't care about the labor aspect of it. That's just a way to promote it to the working class, to be like, no, we're going to bring manufacturing jobs back here. It's going to be great. That is just the seasoning. The real thing that Donald Trump cares about, on the other hand, is manufacturing. Because manufacturing does not exist in the United States of America, and that we are over-reliant on China and also secondary markets that China has created, Donald Trump sees this, as well as Barack Obama did, as well as Joe Biden did, as well as every other American government leadership did, every other American administration did, as a massive national security concern. That's what the problem is. That's what they want to do. The trade surplus or the trade deficit issue is simply America's not manufacturing shit because American currency is too expensive. And also simultaneously, this is a major threat because if China were to fucking one day, we want to go to war with China, one day they just shut off the faucet of manufacturing, we're cooked. We're left out with our dicks out, pissing against the wind. So that's precisely the reason why America cares about moving manufacturing back to the United States. It's a matter of national security. It has nothing to do with fucking labor. It has nothing to do with good paying jobs. It has nothing to do with anything. And a part of that process means you have to get other countries by force to devalue the US dollar against their currency. You have to make their currency purchasing power higher. That is part of what Yanis Varoufakis was claiming, because you can't do that. If you don't do that, you can't get any manufacturing. You can't fix your trade fucking deficit, because these countries don't have money to purchase American-made products. On that aspect, there is a method to the madness. Hudson Bay Capital paper written by in November 2024. By the way, this is the method. This is the madness. Stephen Moran wrote about it in November 2024. A user's guide to restructuring the global trading system. This is the blueprint. Do not listen to Peter Navarro. Do not listen to fucking Howard Lutnick. Do not listen to Scott Bessent. Do not listen to any of these other guys. Don't listen to Donald Trump. This is the guy. This is the blueprint. This is the method. And they're following it to a T. Okay? And don't listen to Ron Vera either. Ron Vera. Okay, maybe you can listen to Ron Vera. That's kind of funny. And I mentioned this before. I told you all about, like, this being the 5-point plan. And it seems like last night's efforts, last night's initiative starting off with Chinese market moves that took place is moving the United States in that direction, which means there's going to be massive instability and America is going to become a poorer nation overall. America's purchasing power is going to lower overall in the interim. So I think Donald Trump is burning the candle from both ends and cooking the United States of America. And I will tell you exactly why, while the initiative and the 5-point plan that they've designed is insane, selfish, it's also short-sighted and will lead to economic turmoil. I don't think that Donald Trump is going to be able to get his desires across and instead is going to fuck this up. Also, 125% tariff on China is irrelevant because once you hit like 30% tariffs or 40% tariffs on China, it's over. You've already severed ties with China in terms of trade. The difference between 85% tariffs on China and 125% tariffs on China is nothing. It is negligible. The reason why it's negligible is because you've already maxed out on the tariffs. You've already severed ties. Ain't nobody is going, I desperately need this thing from China. I'm going to go and fucking get it. And now I'm going to have to pay extra. Like, it's just not a thing, okay? It's functionally a trade embargo. You know, you might as well say we're going to put 1,000,000% tariff on China. It's done. You are enforcing a trade embargo by way of tariffs.
The president went on to say that based on the fact that more than 75 countries have reached out to the U.S. to negotiate, he is putting a 90-day pause on most other tariffs, saying this is going to work now.
It's pussy time.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, as well as the...
That's right. He folded. He folded. Some might say, excellent 5D chess move, Mr. President. He folded. Coward. He said, panicking. I'm panicking. I'm a panicking alert. I'm a panicanian myself. I folded. I folded.
This is at least partially the news that so many investors were hoping to hear.
This is exactly what people were asking for. The one thing that's sort of missing in all of this is the clarity.
Dude, I'm done. I'm done with the media. I'm done with Donald Trump. I'm done with the dumbass Americans. I think we deserve this destruction because Donald Trump did the same thing he always does. He broke something. Everybody went, what are you doing? You are killing my children. And then he turned around and was like, I'm not fixing it. I'm not fixing it. And then when push came to shove, he was like, okay, I won't break it any further. I'll break it only a little bit. And now everyone's like, brilliant chess move, Mr. President. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, finally, a brief respite that everyone was demanding. Finally, the markets will breathe again. And it's like, dude, none of this had to happen. What the fuck are we talking about? This has literally been the exact same thing that Trump did his first administration. He did it in this first 10-year. Term 1, he did this exact same shit. Term 2, he's doing the exact same thing. And he's done it over and over again in the past 3 months. It is so psychotic. I cannot comprehend how these people are so delusional, how they have deluded themselves. I make a stupid decision, something really bad happens. I convince my followers the problem is now magically solved. I reverse my decision. I make a stupid decision again. It's that. This is what's happening. Yeah, biggest one-day gain for NASDAQ since 10/13/2008. This is why I hate the stock market. It is fake. It's bullshit. It's not real. Money is not real. Don't tell me the stock market is real, okay? It is so fake. It's the most fake shit of all time. That's why I kept stressing the importance that, like, your 401ks diminishing is consequential, certainly. But what is more important here is the potential for layoffs. It's an indicator of the economy getting worse because the stock market gains are privatized at the tippy top, but the losses are socialized. This is precisely the reason why when it's doing well, you're not necessarily doing great. But when it's doing poorly, you will suffer. Yeah, this is the meme. I'm adding tariffs. This will create jobs. I'm removing tariffs. Art of the deal. I'm adding tariffs. This will create jobs. I'm removing tariffs. Art of the deal. I can't stand these people. I can't stand the stupidity of Trump supporters and Trump dick riders in the media that are constantly going, oh, the market's green again. It's just fucking stupid. Oh, we did it. Okay, yesterday you said the market was red, but it's inconsequential. Today it's green. Yesterday you said the tariffs are good. Today you're saying art of the deal, baby. Trump removed the tariffs. You have nothing. You're just responding to stimuli. You're like a fucking sea cucumber, dude. You have the processing power of a barely functional, barely living organism. You're like a vegetable. I don't know how to have a conversation with fucking people like this. I don't know. It's so stupid. And by the way, the pain is not done. It's not over. The destabilization will continue. Also, this is a pause on the tariffs that we're going in place today. There's like 10% on every country plus 125% on China. Like companies are still getting fucked. Exactly. I just think it's funny that the market rallies so easily to be like, oh, thank God. Thank God he didn't fuck us over that hard. Oh my God. Oh, I thought he was going to do it. It's like, okay. Oh, he's not doing it. Oh, thank God. Dummies.